folks, Seahawks football is almost here, and we are going to set the scene for Sunday's matchup between your Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. The Week 1 opener, Lumen Field, is going to be rocking for this one, folks, as Bo Nix, the new starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos, played in the Pacific Northwest for the Oregon Ducks, makes his return to the area for his first career NFL start against the Seattle Seahawks. It's a new era of Seahawks football. Mike Macdonald, his first regular season game as the Seahawks head coach, bringing in a brand new offense and defense, but you still have some of your favorites like Geno and DK, Tyler Lockett, Devon Witherspoon, Leonard Williams and company are back. Seahawks favored, the over-under at 41 for this one. We will go over my keys to victory, the injury report. I'll give you my prediction as well, coming up in just a matter of moments here on Seahawks Today. If you want the Seahawks to win, I got one job for you. I need you to like today's video. If we get 500 or more likes, that guarantees victory. So don't jinx it. Just do your part. Just trust me on this, folks. Like the video for a Seahawks win, and we'll get started here on today's show. Let's go over the injury report for Seattle here. And we begin with Pharaoh. Whoa, let my people go. Hopefully he gets let go back on the football field. The foot injury for Pharaoh Brown has him questionable for Sunday's game. Uchenna Nwosu with a knee injury, he is out. And we will see Boye Mafe in his place. Noah Fant with a toe injury, he is questionable at the time of this recording. Meanwhile, a couple other injuries to get to as well, as Tyler Lockett with a thigh injury, he is probable. Rayshon Jenkins with a calf injury, he's also probable. And Draymond Jones with a hamstring is probable. All those guys, though, outside of Uchenna Nwosu, did practice this week, so it seems optimistic that they will play. Meanwhile, on the other side for Denver, there's no one listed. They literally, I kid you not, no one is on the Denver Broncos injury report right now. So Denver's coming in at full strength for this one here, folks. So bit of an advantage there for the Denver Broncos in that front. Keys to victory. What's it going to take for the Seahawks to beat the Denver Broncos? Let's start with the opposing quarterback. Bo Nix, the first-round pick out of the University of Oregon. He was the most accurate passer in all of college football last year, was the Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year. This is his first career start. And if you look back at Bo's career in college, it was very up and down. Even though he was the most accurate passer in college football last year, if you go back to his days at Auburn, he was far from that. A lot of peaks and valleys. And he had a very good preseason, very good training camp. I'll give him credit for that. But for me, I think it's going to be very important for the Seahawks to get after him, get under his skin early, let that crowd really mess with his head a bit, and kind of rattle his cage like what Dale Sr. would do all the time, right? Just rattle his cage a bit. I think if you remind him he's a rookie, even though he's, 26 years old. I think he's older than Big Tex. Just kind of remind him of that. Get him out of rhythm. Then you're going to be in very good shape to kind of limit his production. And think about this, folks. Rookie quarterbacks, all time, are 16, 35, and 1 in season opening games. Okay? Now, let's take that even a step further to more recent memory. Did you know that rookie quarterbacks are 0, 7, and 1 in the past 5 years in season opening games? So history tells us that this bodes very well for the Seahawks facing a rookie quarterback here in this opener. Bo Nix, let's go over those numbers. Here's what I'm talking about, just how up and down he was at the University of Oregon. Last year, 51 touchdowns. The year prior to that, 43 touchdowns. But you can see, much different story at Auburn. 61% completion percentage in 2021, less than 60% completion percentage in 2020. I want to see 2020 Bo Nix. And it's up to the Seahawks defense to get pressure on him and to make that happen, to get that version of Bo Nix. And I've said this for a long time. I'll say it again. I think deep down, that's the real Bo Nix. The Auburn version is the version that we will see in the NFL, and hopefully we see on Sunday. Who do you got? You going with the Hawks? or are you going with the donkeys? Type S for Seahawks. Type B for Broncos. Get your predictions in on our pinned comment today and let us know what you think. We will be live for Seahawks and Broncos Week 1, live on YouTube, on the internet, folks. Make sure and join us. Myself, Sam Brown going to be in the house. Tyler Smith, Smitty going to be here with me as well. It is going to be a dandy of a time. So make plans to be here. If not, you're going to miss out. We're going to be doing some giveaways. I'm sure we're going to be drinking some boots. It is going to be a wild time. Subscribe now. Make sure and join us. Turn on notifications. Our coverage begins 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, live right here on Seahawks Today. If you love your Seahawks, this is a channel for you. You got to subscribe and make sure and join us for the watch party. Numero dos. We turn our attention to Jaxon Smith-Njigba. JSN, let him cook. Just let him cook. We have talked a lot about JSN this offseason and how he has become Geno Smith's favorite target. From Smith to Smith-Njigba. How about that? And I think he's been the most promising player on the Seahawks offense this offseason. Shown the most potential to take that next step and be great. Now it's time to prove it on the football field. Now it's time for him to show up and show out. Think about this. Last year, his catch total wasn't much less than DK Metcalf. Just a few less catches than DK. But now it's about getting those yards after catch. They're going to line him up on the outside more. For me, it's about him taking that next step to be that playmaker, to be that touchdown machine. This is a chance to really show what he's made of and be that guy that the Seahawks hope that they picked in the first round just over a year ago. Devon Witherspoon had a very good rookie season in 2023. We've heard from Mike Macdonald say that he's become the de facto leader of this Seahawks defense, not just on the football field, but off the football field as well, with guys like Jamal Adams departing and Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks, that he's become the voice of this defense. And he's become phenomenal. He's phenomenal now, right? And this is his moment to prove what he's capable of, taking on an expanded role. I think you're going to see him just kind of all over the field. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think he's going to remind me of what we saw with Kyle Hamilton, how Mike Macdonald used him effectively last year in Baltimore. I think that's what's in store for Witherspoon this season, and this is a good first step to really show up and show out. Macdonald said this recently on Devon Witherspoon. For a second-year guy to be able to take something from the meeting, register it quickly, the question he's asked are really spot on, like no BS type questions. He understands the concept. He understands, you can tell he's visualizing himself going through all the rules. When he's clear, it's good. Last season, he led the Seahawks in pass breakups with 16, had 1 interception with 8 tackles for loss and 79 tackles, and he has made it a point of emphasis to get more turnovers. And you better believe you can't count out Devon Witherspoon, that he is going to be all over it, and I think he's going to show up and show out and start this season with a bang when we're yelling bang here on Seahawks on Sunday. Who's the player to watch for the Seahawks against the Broncos? I've already gone through a couple. We still have a couple more to get to. We want to hear from you guys. Weigh in. Give me a name that comes to mind in the comments section. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. Looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more. Game Time has got you covered, folks. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to only show you incredible deals and great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Just this past weekend, I made it out to Vegas, made it out live, thankfully, and went to the USC-LSU game, and I got my tickets through Game Time, and I saved big money, as Pat Sajak would say, there on a Game Time. And you can save, too. Pick the event you want to go to. They got the prices listed. Then you choose your seat. Look for those seat views. That way you can get the visual what that seat is like, and then you're checking out on Game Time with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. It is very fast, simple, and easy to use, folks. And you can customize your spot, which is really cool. Also, folks, if you download the Game Time app and create an account and use code CHATSPORTS, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off Download Game Time Today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Two more for you. Let's go to Geno Smith, the quarterback. And the theme that we've talked about when it comes to Geno Smith over the last several weeks was getting the best version of Geno Smith. You've heard Mike Macdonald say. You heard Richard Sherman say it a couple days ago, among others. Everybody's talking about, hey, in 2024, it's not Geno playing like he did in 2022, not playing like he did in 2023. It's the best version yet, and that needs to start here with this Denver game. And think about this. Geno's wanting to get paid right now. And John Schneider came out this past week and said, no, we're not doing that right now. We're not interested. A lot of guys want to get extended. It ain't happened. And I don't blame Sean one bit, to be honest with you. Geno, you want to get paid? You want to be here for a while? Go play at a high level and go win football games. Go start it with a great game against the Denver Broncos here. Maximize your capabilities and show what you're made of. If you think you're worth that money, here's your chance. The Seahawks would gladly pay him that money if he can prove it on the football field. Here's what I'm talking about here, folks. You go back to 2022 when he was the NFL's comeback player of the year. 30 touchdowns and 11 picks. Cut down on the turnovers a little bit. More touchdowns, more yards. Completion percentage stay the same. I think he can do that, and I think he will do that, and I think he sets the tone early with this game here against Denver. What will be the final score? I got my prediction for you coming up in just a bit, but I want to hear from you guys. Weigh in the comments section and let us know how you think this game's going to play out. All right, last but not least, win the turnover battle. And this kind of goes back to the first point. Pressure on Bo Nix lead to some of those turnovers, right? Anytime you take on a young quarterback, that's the first thing that comes to mind is, all right, we got to find ways to get extra possessions. We got to take advantage of the youth. Got to make the rookie feel like a rookie. And if you go back to the numbers last year, the turnover stats were not great for Seattle last year. They got some work to do. When it comes to takeaways and opponents' interceptions thrown, there's work to be done there. So if the Seahawks can improve, then get more takeaways, if they can get this thing going, then that would be great to start the season here. Turnover is going to be a big factor, not only protecting the football in their own end, but getting those extra possessions on defense. They'll be in great shape. My prediction, I got the Seahawks winning this one. My final score is 24-17 over Denver. Seattle starts 1-0, and then we turn our attention to Week 2 next week against the New England Patriots. If you enjoyed today's show, you want to see Seahawks win, you believe in them, like the video. We certainly appreciate it. We'll see you next time here on Seahawks Today.